Hello, everybody. Mike Kahn here. I want to do a quick video about the textbook for the class and some of the content. This is for Art History 1. So the textbook for this class is called Janson's Art History, or Janson's History of Art, a Western Tradition. And this is, I believe, in the 8th edition. This is my teacher's edition, which is a combined version of Art History 1 and Art History 2, which goes from Paleolithic times all the way to contemporary times. The content of art history is pretty well established, and there are many textbooks that go along with it. I chose this particular textbook for its images and for the written text, which I thought was very appropriate for a community college class. So I looked at Gardner's Art Through the Ages. I looked at Adams. I looked at a couple different other textbooks for art history, and I liked this one the best. The images are very vibrant. I thought the selection of artwork that is chosen was appropriate and a good kind of cross-section of different art history throughout time. And I thought that the writing was very good. It wasn't too much, it wasn't too little. So it's a good text, and this class is very much mediated by the text because the quizzes that you are graded on come directly from this text, and they should align. If you ever have a problem where, for whatever reason, the tests are not lining up with the textbook, let me know. That shouldn't be the case because I've taught this class quite a few times in the past, and we've kind of gone through all the bugs of whether these test items line up with the book. You know, one of the main components of this class, because it's an online class, involves you reading the text and then answering the corresponding questions, which isn't really the best way to learn about art history, but that's how we do it in this online class. And then the other thing that happen is you'll get a lot of videos of me talking, or I've chosen other videos from YouTube, and those will work as supplemental instructional kind of either introductions, or there might be a little bit of lecture there. But the main part of the course is reading through the textbook. So you actually have to do a little bit of reading, or at least use the book as a reference point. And you know, this is college, so this is the time. This is the time when you get to read through these type of materials. You know, you might as well enjoy it for this particular part of your life. I mean, when else are you going to read a art history text? Now, I'm kind of weird because I actually do like at home for fun. I've got a collection of art books, and sometimes I'll read about, you know, Michelangelo or Leonardo or some of the older artists. But I find that interesting. You know, that's my own personal kind of what I do in one of the many things I do in my spare time. But anyway, it's a good book is what I'm getting at, and the tests will line up to it. Make sure you're doing those quizzes, because that's how you are graded for the class, or the majority of your grade. The other thing is that this class, Art History 1, goes from prehistory, which is Paleolithic times, which means caveman. Paleo is old, lithic is stone. So this is a time period. It starts off before written history. And one thing that's really interesting about art history is that it predates music history, it predates math, it predates writing. Art history is one of the oldest disciplines in the academic, you know, kind of world. So people were making images and expressing themselves and communicating through visual means way before they were experimenting with music or experimenting with writing. And even the earliest forms of writing are types of art, because it starts off as a pictorial image and then, you know, morphs into actual language or alphabet. Anyway, we start from that time period, and this class goes till the Renaissance or the pre-Renaissance. So it's going to go to the mid 1400s, maybe a little bit to the 1500s. So a way to think about that is it's going from caveman to Donatello. That's the time period of this class. And then art history 2 is the second part, from the Renaissance to contemporary times. And it follows the Western canon, the Western tradition. The reason why is because if you're a transfer student or you're an art student, you need a foundations level class that is an art survey or a humanities survey of Western culture. And the reason is that we are in a Western culture. I mean, we being America, this is we're a part of that Western tradition. So we're going to explore certain themes and certain cultures that lead up to our contemporary times. And you will see things that are very similar to what we see now. So especially in terms of architecture and sculpture, you'll see similar themes that continue and are repeated throughout time. What else do I want to say? While we're on the screen here, I haven't uploaded the syllabus yet, but I'm going to do that this afternoon. I just have to change some of the dates. You'll notice there's always a news section on this side, which will have some videos and some little jibs about what to do. But the most important part is this content browser right here. And if you click on that, it will bring you to these different modules. So here's the first one. That's the first one you're going to try to work on. It's due January 19th. And sometimes I'll have some videos that kind of introduce it. Then I found some other videos on YouTube. And then there's an introduction. You can introduce yourself in 100 words. And then there's chapter 1, chapter 2, and some other links there. Start working. Think about these modules as like sections, and there's suggested due dates with them. As with anything in these online classes, if you have any problems, just email me at conm@iecc.edu, and have a good semester. Thank you for taking the class. All right, thanks.